It's quite a long walk. We've got these lovely views. Warning, flammable area. There's fire, I need to cook. The ground is actually on fire. We're Marion and Chris, and we've been traveling full time since May 2018. We did it!
Whilst attempting to drive around the world in Trudy, our home on wheels, this happened.
All British travellers abroad are advised to return now.
As borders closed around us, we decided to wait it out in Turkey until we were able to continue our adventure east.
Welcome to Turkey!
After a wonderful trip around Kekova, we're heading a little bit further down the coast towards Antalya. We've heard there's a very special mountain there that we're going to go and have a look at. So we're just arriving back in the town of Demre, where we filmed St. Nicholas's Church. This is where he lived, and we've got about another hour and 20 minutes down the coastline before we park up for the night. Good morning. This is where we slept last night. Coffee is made, and Marianne's just getting the water pumped for the day there with our lifesaver. We got here quite late last night. We found this park up in the trees. I think where we slept must be an old football pitch, because you can see the old goalposts at either end. Looks like we're in for a lovely day. The sky is blue, as it normally is here on the south coast of Turkey. And it's pretty warm, isn't it?
It's actually very warm. I love all the flowers. I love that it's just been left to go back to nature. And we're in the trees. It was so dark last night. So quiet, wasn't it?
It was. It's really nice. Sometimes you get those spots where it's just pitch black, no street lights, no wild dogs. The only thing you hear is the early morning call to prayer from the local mosque. Look, this morning you can hear the cockerels cock-a-doodle-doing in the distance somewhere. What a great spot. We also managed to find a nice flat spot, so we didn't even have to put the chocks in there last night.
We would like to say a massive, no, a great white-sized thank you to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video, and also for continuing to support us on our around the world drive.
For those of you that don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. By creating an encrypted tunnel, it keeps you safe by securing all your online data.
Whether it's keeping you safe from identity theft, hacking, ad manipulation, ISP tracking, or malware and phishing.
Way!
Not that kind of phishing, love.
But there's more to Surfshark than just online security. By changing your virtual location, you unlock content that wouldn't normally be available to you. And you avoid price discrimination based on your location.
And Surfshark VPN is the only VPN that allows you to use it on unlimited devices.
The big fish at Surfshark have offered Tread the Globe followers a very special discount. By using the code Tread the Globe, you get a massive 83% discount and 3 months free. To get started, simply click the link in the description below. Back to the video. This morning, the plan is that we're going to go and visit Mount Chimera here in the Antalya region of Turkey. And the mountain is a little bit special. Apparently, the ground is flaming. So we're going to go and check it out, share it all with you, tell you what it's all about. But first, we thought it would be a very good idea, if the ground is flaming, that we take a little bit of stuff and try and cook some kind of breakfast on the flaming ground. So I think we're going to go and make some egg sandwiches up on the some fried egg sandwiches up on the mountain.
Is this a boy thing? There's like fire.
There's fire. I need to cook, make food.
Also very help with off-grid living because you're not using any of your resources.
Look at it, it's perfect.
It's free fire.
So anyway, we'll share all that with you. We're just going to get the van packed up and get some stuff for breakfast, and then we'll hit the road. So for any of our new followers, you may be wondering what we're doing here. This device is a Lifesaver jerry can, and we use it for filtering all of our water. So we fill up water anywhere and keep refilling our one bottle there, and it purifies any water other than salt water. So it's good. It's a great job. We use it every single day.
Every day. Best bit of kit.
All right, we have breakfast ready. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our Ridge Monkey. We've got some bread rolls cut up there. I've put a couple of hot dogs in the bag.
Oh, nice.
We've got 2 eggs each, a little bit of oil and some ketchup. And I thought we could go and fry our breakfast on the ground, on the mountain. Hopefully the flames are rocking today. I heard they burn constantly, and they have done for thousands and thousands of years. So I'm looking forward to this. Came round the corner and came across a concrete mixer. That's why it's never good to drive too fast on these little roads. We're pretty high up, aren't we?
Yeah, look at the clouds in the mountains up there.
It's very beautiful. So if you're wondering why the traffic is so long, this queue, it's not an accident. There's a cycling race today. A bit like the Tour de France, is a massive cycling competition around Turkey, and Tour de Turkey, it must be just in front of this long line of cars here. Shame we missed it. We're nearly at the end of the road. That must be in those hills somewhere. A bit more hiking, Marianne.
Yay! We love hiking!
It's a lovely landscape with the pine trees and the backdrop of the hills.
In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
So there you go. That is where we are. Çırağlı Yanlış Mola. The Sahil Milli Park, and I can see there's a car park on the right over there. You can join all those other cars.
You have arrived.
Okay, we're off, we're parked up, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this is all about.
Well, there's a legend.
There is a legend. We'll tell you more about that when we get to the fiery ground. Okay, so entrance into the park was 12 Turkish lira each, which is about £1.20. I'm not sure how long the hike is, but we'll go and find out.
As we're walking along, there's bins, and as you go along, they count down the
Meters.
The meters.
I think.
We think. This is the plan.
Is this the monster of the mountain?
The monster of the mountain.
You're following us up.
Hello.
Are you going to come for a walk with us then? Let's go.
Oh, look at you. You're gorgeous.
It's good on the feet. The pathways are not bad at all. A nice marked pathway. Just climbing up a few rocks. We're doing this walk middle of April. I can imagine that in the summer it will be very warm down here, as we experienced last summer. So if you do this, fill up your water bottles at the bottom, because you'll probably need it. So that bin says 200, that bin says 500. I'm not sure that our logic works. So who knows how far we have to go. Okay, this one says 550, which means they're going up, not down. Our logic is completely wrong. But the good thing is there's a lot of bins, so there's no excuse for any litter. We've got these lovely views over the valley this morning. Some of these rocks are actually quite slippy because they've been worn out underfoot for so many years. They're a bit shiny. Okay, we're nearly there, I think. This one's looking a bit more hopeful. Fire in 300 meters. It's quite a long walk. Kilometers, not very far, if it is a kilometer, but a kilometer up steps is definitely good morning exercise.
Bring back the flat stuff.
I can actually just start to see flames at the top here. Look, the ground is indeed on fire. So there you go, this sign says it all. Warning, flammable area. And if you look, there's no vegetation at all. But let me show you. All the way up here, there's little vents. There's one right near us here. What a strange thing. The ground is actually on fire, literally. Look at that. Look! Oh, the heat coming off it is quite intense, especially in the sun here. And there's another one up there, and another one over there. And there's another one down at the bottom. Absolutely amazing. You're probably wondering why the ground is actually on fire. No, we didn't start a campfire. The ground is actually on fire in lots of places. There's two reasons they say why it does this. The first one is natural gases caused by methane that come up and ignite. That's probably the scientific reason, but I prefer the legend, which is a little bit more interesting.
The flames have been burning for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The legend was inspired by a fiery monster in Homer's Iliad. The monster was known as the Chimera. He had the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and a tail of a snake with the snake's head at the end.
The king of Lycia sent Bellerophon to the mountain to kill the monster, and he came here on his flying horse Pegasus.
Legend says that after the beast, the monster, was killed, he was buried under this rock here.
And the Chimera continues to breathe his fire out of the ground even to this day. I can't begin to tell you how hot it actually is. The heat coming off it is just nuts. Oh, it's really, really warm. What a strange thing. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Have you? No. I can't think. Has anybody else seen this anywhere else in the world? I've seen lava. We've toasted marshmallows on a volcano in Guatemala. But no, I've never seen the ground actually on fire like this. Back in the day, apparently ships used these flames as a marker for navigation from the nearby sea.
Walking around, there are some areas that are a little bit trickier to get round and navigate. Some of the pathways are just slippy and a bit gravelly, but it is great. And somebody actually said to us that you can't see the flames in the day, but I think even on the camera you can see the flames. So with the naked eye, it's really easy to see them. And there's a structure just down at the bottom. So whilst Chris is getting some more B-roll to put on the video, I thought I would come and stand in the shade because it's April, the middle of April, but the sun's starting to get intense. We've got suntan lotion on. I'm not sure what the structure was before. Comments below. Oh, isn't that magnificent? This tree's actually grown in the building. How fantastic is that? Oh, here you go, and there's some frescoes here. Maybe this was an old church. Here in the, look, it's still here. I love the way nature overtakes old buildings and they reclaim them. They take them back. What a lovely spot.
We've heard that coming here at night in the dark, or as it's getting dark, obviously the flames will look so much more dramatic. I'm surprised you can even see them in the full sun. Some people did say that you can't see them in the day. That is not true. You can definitely see them very clearly. A word of advice: if you do come up at night, make sure you have a very good head torch. It's a reasonably walk up with lots of jagged rocks and steps and things, and don't just come up with your phone and run out of battery and try and walk down in the dark. So yeah, make sure you've got a good head torch and some spare batteries, and you'll have a wonderful time. So we were all geared up for cooking a breakfast here on the mountain this morning, but as we were climbing we saw a sign that said no cooking food on the fire. So we respect that. So we are quite hungry now, so we're going to have breakfast when we go back down. We'll cook it in Trudy.
I wouldn't even try anyway.
It's too hot.
Up here, it's so intensely hot. The pockets of methane under here must be massive to still be burning this long.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest,
really
I don't think I could hold the ridge monkey in that fire. It's too hot.
It's mega hot.
But you could definitely cook a breakfast, and indeed probably a whole goat on on this thing. But it's important, you know, this area is very clean. There's lots of rubbish bins around.
Yeah.
And I suppose if they allowed everybody to cook food around the fire, it would make a mess. I think you'd probably get away with roasting a marshmallow on the end of a stick and eating it. I think you'd probably be fine to do that. But I don't have any marshmallows.
But we do have a kitchen in our home on wheels.
So we're gonna go back down the hill, have a little bit of breakfast before we head off down the coast to Antalya.
Would we say it's worth visiting? I think it's really nice.
Well, it's a very unique location. I've never, like I said, seen anywhere quite like it. So yeah, it's about 100 miles from Antalya, along the south coast, west of Antalya, and definitely recommended for a day trip. We'll come back to Trudy, got a sausage and egg sandwich, sausage sandwich. Happy?
Delighted.
We're just gonna eat breakfast and then Antalya, here we come. So we've left, we have about an hour and a half's drive now to the city of Antalya.
We got time on our side, we're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
You can see Antalya in the distance over there, hugging the coastline. The sea's still just as blue all the way down the coast. Welcome to Antalya. You can see the cable cars above us. That might be one for the list to do while we're here. Well, we haven't missed city driving. Have you, love? You're an awesome driver though, aren't you?
Thank you.
You are.
This is why I love you, because you're so nice to me.
But yeah, it's definitely back in the cities. We're just dipping into the city for a couple of days, and then we'll dip out of the city. We don't like to be in cities for too long. So we've arrived at the seafront, a different place to where we stayed in Antalya last time, but literally the beach is just there. We're just driving along to find a car park. It's a very cool spot. The boulevard, cycle track, and blue sea and palm trees. So we've found a park up on the coastline, and we've actually moved away from the seafront and just come onto a side street just because it's a little bit noisy with the traffic. And I think you're looking pretty relaxed there, Marianne.
I'm feeling very relaxed.
So yeah, we're just going to chill here, and then tomorrow we're going to go and have a look around Antalya. This sign says it all. Warming, flammable area.
Did you say warming? Tell the truth. Chris was looking at the flowers and said how beautiful I am, and looking at the flowers made him think of me. Go on, tell the truth.
Absolutely.